Good morning, namaste. It is a beautiful Sunday morning in December because it's actually really nice in Canada. I don't know if you can see out my window, but it's super nice. So I'm doing nothing but lying in bed and doing like stuff on my tablet and relaxing and getting my book proposal done. So I wanted to just update while I'm all relaxed and nice and I'm not in my that hyper stage that I get in when I'm really excited. I'm in my peaceful space right now. And I wanted to talk about what I have planned for coming in 2016. I've decided that I'm going to really help people, especially those that suffer with mental issues. I've, worked through a lot of psychological aspects that even counselors and whatnot have said to me that's even possible based on trauma and things that I've gone through in my life. And it's all because I have decided to, very early on, live from my empathic abilities. And I believe everybody has empathic abilities. I don't believe that people are just born with, extrasensory and then they're more special than other people. I believe everybody is born sensitive and extrasensory. And what universe has told me is the reason why some people hold on to a lot of their abilities is because of the amount of conditioning that they've taken on. So we come down into our incarnation, and at one certain point, we came so pure. Of course, babies are so pure. We came, and at one certain point, we had to make a choice. We had to make the choice if we were going to accept our exterior world and the conditionings that they place on us as truth and create belief systems around them, or we had to come to a point where we were going to live from our truth and our sensitive nature. And those that have decided to live from their sensitive nature, neither choice is right or wrong. It's just a way of this duality in this place, of earth, of what we've had to do. And so you have to pick one choice or another. And so those that have picked to highlight their sensitivity and to stay in that space are really the people that have a lot of mental issues. And this is why mental issues are such a huge problem. Bipolar, depression, PTSD, anxiety. I've healed all of the, well, I didn't have bipolar, but I definitely have healed my PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And chronically, since I was about 8 years old, I've had depression. So, yeah, and I've done it all through, not through medication. I've tried medication, nearly killed me, but all through my empathic abilities. And so I've created exercises and things like that to help you that I'm going to be writing in my new book that I'm putting in called God for Hire. And it's a guidebook in how to awaken your empathic abilities. And this is why I see people that are suffering, we create coping mechanisms. And so what is depression? Depression is when you separate yourself from God's source. You get into a depressed state. I realized very young, when I started to conform to expectations of my exterior world instead of what my truth was telling me, instead of what my soul was telling me, that was when I had huge depression. And so I'm here to talk about that if you believe that you're mentally ill, you actually have such sensitivity, and you've simply just forgotten your sensitivity, and you've forgotten there is now that coping pattern and that mechanism that's been identified as a mental illness is now what's keeping you separate from who you really are. And so the more sensitive you are, the more light and heart that you have ability to heal. So I'm here to tell you that. So keep looking on my Facebook. I'm going to be putting up some in 2016. I'm going to have groups and free webinars and free sessions and things like that so that you can learn how to own your sensitivity, and you can learn to own your heart, and you can learn to operate from that space with proper discernment. It's worked tremendously in my life. I've never been so strong and so centered and so willing and open to share a lot of my traumas and life hurts with everybody and how I've overcome those things, and you can too. So enjoy this beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday, and namaste and love. Mwah.